You're 27 years old. You have $847 in your checking account, $0 in savings, and every time you look at your bank balance, you feel this knot in your stomach. You know you should be saving, you know you should be investing, but every month the money just disappears. Your friends are talking about buying houses, maxing out their 401ks, and you're sitting there wondering if you'll ever get ahead. You run the numbers in your head. If I save $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. At that rate, it'll take me almost 17 years to hit $100,000. And you think to yourself, I'll be 44 years old. Is that really the best I can do? Here's what I'm about to show you. You can hit $100,000 in 3 years. Not with some get-rich-quick scheme, not by winning the lottery, and not by living on rice and beans in your parents' basement. With a realistic, executable plan that's based on math, psychology, and strategy. My name is Prime, and I spend way too much time thinking about why some people build wealth quickly while others spend decades spinning their wheels. If you're someone who's tired of living paycheck to paycheck, who's ready to actually build serious savings but doesn't know where to start, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because what I'm about to walk you through isn't theory. This is the exact framework that works, that I've seen work, and that will work for you if you actually execute it. Let's get into it. Here's the thing. Most people approach saving $100,000 the wrong way. They think it's purely about how much money they make. If I just made $80,000 instead of $60,000, I could save so much more. But look, I've seen people making $120,000 a year who can't save $10,000. And I've seen people making $50,000 who hit 6 figures in savings within a few years. Income matters, but it's not the whole story. So let's break down the actual math of getting to $100,000 in 3 years. $100,000 divided by 3 years equals $33,333 per year. Divided by 12 months, that's $2,778 per month. Now, you might be thinking, Prime, I don't have $2,778 a month to save. That's basically impossible. And here's where it gets really interesting. You're right. Most people don't start by saving $2,778 per month. But here's what most people don't realize. You don't need to save the same amount every month for 3 years. You need to save an average of $2,778 per month. That changes everything. The way you actually get to $100,000 in 3 years isn't by grinding at the same pace for 36 months. It's by following a 3-phase framework where each phase builds on the last one. Phase 1, the foundation, months 1 to 12, target $20,000. In your first year, your goal isn't to save $33,333. Your goal is to save $20,000. That's $1,667 per month. Still a lot, but way more achievable than $2,778. But here's the key. During Phase 1, you're not just saving money. You're building the infrastructure that makes Phase 2 and 3 possible. You're automating your savings, eliminating financial friction, optimizing your spending, creating new income streams, building momentum. Think of Phase 1 like training for a marathon. You're not trying to run 26 miles on day 1, you're building capacity. Phase 2, the acceleration, months 13 to 24, target $35,000. This is where the magic happens. In your second year, you're targeting $35,000 in savings. That's $2,917 per month. Wait, Prime, that's more than the average we calculated. Exactly, because by month 13, you've already done the hard work of Phase 1. You've cut the unnecessary expenses, automated your systems, probably increased your income, built discipline and habits, started earning investment returns on your year 1 savings. Saving $2,917 in month 13 is exponentially easier than saving $2,917 in month 1 would have been. Phase 3. The sprint, months 25 to 36, target $45,000. In your final year, you're targeting $45,000. That's $3,750 per month. This is the hardest phase mathematically, but the easiest phase psychologically. Why? Because you can see the finish line. You've got $55,000 in the bank. You know the system works, you're earning returns on your invested money, and you've probably increased your income significantly by this point. Total, $20,000 plus $35,000 plus $45,000 equals $100,000. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Can you actually do this on an average salary? According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the median household income in America is around $75,000. Let's say you're making $60,000 a year. After taxes, that's roughly $45,000 in take-home pay, or $3,750 per month. To save $1,667 per month, phase 1, you'd need to live on $2,083 per month, or about $25,000 a year. That's 55% of your take-home pay going to savings. Is that easy? No. Is it impossible? Also no. But here's what most people don't realize. Your income in month 1 doesn't have to be your income in month 36. If you're making $60,000 in year 1 and you get a 10% raise or promotion to $66,000 in year 2 and another increase to $72,000 in year 3, your average income over 3 years is actually $66,000, not $60,000. And here's the crucial part. If you don't fall into the invisible income trap we talked about in my last video, that extra $12,000 in total income over 3 years becomes extra $12,000 in savings. But we can do even better than that. Look, I'm not going to tell you that everyone needs a side hustle. That's exhausting, and honestly, it's not sustainable for everyone. But here's the thing. If you can generate an extra $500 per month in side income, that's $18,000 over 3 years. That single change takes you from needing to save $2,778 per month from your primary income to needing to save $2,278 per month. And $500 a month in side income is remarkably achievable. That's freelancing 10 hours a month at $50 an hour, selling stuff you don't need on Facebook Marketplace, dog walking on Rover, tutoring online, literally anything that generates $125 a week. The beautiful thing about side income is that it's purely additive. You're not trying to extract more savings from a fixed income. You're expanding the equation entirely. And here's what's really interesting. A study from Bankrate found that 45% of Americans have a side hustle, but most of them use that money for discretionary spending, not wealth building. That's the difference between people who hit $100,000 and people who don't. It's not about making more money. It's about directing that money intentionally. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Prime, but what about my actual life? I can't just not spend money for 3 years. And you're absolutely right. This isn't about deprivation. It's about optimization. Here's the framework I want you to use, the 3-tier spending system. Tier 1. Non-negotiables, 50% of take-home pay. This is rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, the basics you need to survive and function. For most people, this should be around 50% of take-home income. If you're spending more than 50% on Tier 1, you either need to reduce housing costs, get a roommate, move to a cheaper place, negotiate rent, reduce transportation costs, sell the car payment, use public transit, move closer to work, reduce insurance costs, shop around, increase deductibles. Tier 2, strategic spending, 5 to 10% of take-home pay. This is money you spend that genuinely improves your quality of life or your earning potential. A gym membership you actually use, professional development courses, quality work clothes, mental health support, social activities that maintain important relationships. This isn't wasteful spending, it's investment in yourself and your well-being. Tier 3, joy spending, 5% of take-home pay. This is the stuff you love but don't need. Coffee shops, streaming services, hobbies, whatever brings you genuine happiness. You notice what's not in this framework? There's no category for mindless spending. No category for I bought this because I was bored. No category for subscription services you forgot about. That leaves 35 to 40% for savings and investing in year 1, scaling up to 50 to 55% by year 3. Here's where most people mess this up. They save $100,000 in a savings account earning 0.5% interest when they could be earning 8 to 10% in the market. Let me show you the difference. Scenario 1. Money in a savings account, 0.5% interest. Year 1, save $20,000. End balance $20,050. Year 2, save $35,000. End balance $55,325. Year 3, save $45,000. End balance $100,876. Scenario 2. Money invested in index funds, 8% annual return. Year 1, save $20,000. End balance $20,800. Year 2, save $35,000. End balance $57,464. Year 3, save $45,000. End balance $107,061. That's an extra $6,185 just from investing instead of letting it sit in cash. Now, I'm not saying put every single dollar in the stock market. You need an emergency fund, probably $5,000 to $10,000 in cash for true emergencies. But everything beyond that, get it invested. Here's my recommended allocation during your $0 to $100,000 journey. Months 1 to 6, build $5,000 emergency fund in high-yield savings. Months 7 to 36, invest everything else in low-cost index funds like VTI or VOO. Max out employer 401k match first, that's free money. Then max out Roth IRA, $7,000 per year as of 2024. Then back to 401k or taxable brokerage. The key is this: don't let fear of the market keep you in cash. Historically, the S&P 500 has averaged 10% annual returns over the long term. Even with market volatility, you're better off invested than sitting in cash earning nothing.
Look, here's what nobody tells you about saving $100,000. The hardest part isn't the math, it's the psychology. You're going to have moments where you want to quit, where your friends are going on vacation and you're staying home, where everyone's upgrading their car and you're driving the same 10-year-old Honda. Here's what gets you through those moments. 1. Make it visible. Track your progress weekly. I mean it. Put your net worth in a spreadsheet and update it every Sunday. Watching that number climb from $5,000 to $10,000 to $25,000 is incredibly motivating. 2. Celebrate milestones. Every $10,000 you hit, celebrate. Take yourself out to a nice dinner from your joy spending budget. You've earned it. 3. Find your people. This is huge. You need at least one person in your life who gets it, who's on the same journey, who won't pressure you to spend money you don't want to spend. If you don't have that person, find online communities. They exist. 4. Remember your why. Why are you doing this? Is it to buy a house, to quit a job you hate, to feel secure for the first time in your life? Write it down. Look at it when you're struggling. And 5, reframe the sacrifice. You're not depriving yourself. You're investing in your future self. Every dollar you save today is buying you freedom tomorrow. That's not sacrifice, that's strategy.
Let's talk about what's actually going to try to stop you. Obstacle 1. I had an emergency. Yeah, emergencies happen. That's why you built that $5,000 emergency fund first. But here's the thing. Not everything is an emergency. A true emergency is your car breaking down, medical bills, job loss. An emergency is not your friend's destination wedding or your desire for a new phone. Learn to distinguish between the two. Obstacle 2. I deserve to treat myself. Look, you do deserve to treat yourself. That's literally in the budget, 5% joy spending. But here's what happens. People use treat yourself as an excuse to blow $500 on stuff they don't actually care about. Treat yourself intentionally, not impulsively. Obstacle 3. The market crashed and I lost money. First, you haven't lost money unless you sell. Second, market crashes are buying opportunities. If the market drops 20%, that means your money buys 20% more shares. Keep investing through the crash and you'll thank yourself in 5 years. Obstacle 4. My income didn't increase like you said it would. Then you need to make that happen. Ask for a raise, change jobs, develop new skills, pick up a side hustle. Your income is not fixed unless you accept that it's fixed. Obstacle 5. This is too hard. Yeah, it is hard. Building wealth is hard. Being broke for the rest of your life is also hard. Choose your hard. Let me give you a month-by-month reality check of what this actually looks like. Months 1 through 3, the struggle. You're going to hate this phase. You're learning to live on less, fighting every impulse to spend, questioning if this is even worth it. This is normal. Push through. Months 4 through 8, the adjustment. It's getting easier. You've automated your savings, you've cut the fat from your budget, you're starting to see real progress. Maybe you've saved $10,000, $12,000. You're starting to believe this might actually work. Months 9 through 12, the momentum. You hit $20,000. Holy shit, you actually did it. You saved $20,000 in a year. Something shifts in your brain. You're not trying to save anymore, you're just someone who saves. It's part of your identity now. Months 13 through 18, the acceleration. You got a raise, or you picked up a side hustle, or you just got better at managing money. Whatever it is, you're saving $3,000 plus per month now, and it feels normal. You've got $35,000 to $40,000 saved. You're past the point of no return. Months 19 through 24, the confidence. You hit $55,000. You're over halfway there. People at work are talking about being broke, and you're just sitting there thinking, I have $55,000 in investments. You don't say it out loud, but you feel it. That security, that pride. Months 25 through 30, the grind. This is weirdly the hardest phase. You're so close, but still so far. You've got 70,000, maybe 75,000. The finish line is visible, but it feels like it's taking forever. This is where people quit. Don't quit. Months 31 through 36, the sprint. You've got $90,000, then $95,000. You're checking your account balance every day now. And then, one random Tuesday morning, you log in and see it. $100,127. You did it. 3 years ago, you had $847. Today, you have 6 figures. Here's what I need you to understand. Hitting $100,000 isn't just about the money. It's about proving to yourself that you can do hard things, that you can delay gratification, that you can build something significant through consistent action over time. The skills you develop getting to $100,000, discipline, delayed gratification, strategic thinking, emotional regulation, those are the same skills that will take you to $500,000, to $1 million, to financial independence. Your first $100,000 is the hardest. After that, it gets easier, way easier, because you're not just saving money anymore, you're earning returns on your returns. Compound interest starts to do real work. But you have to get to $100,000 first. If you're ready to do this, here's what you need to do right now. Today, open a high-yield savings account. Ally, Marcus, Wealthfront, any of them. Set up automatic transfers, $100 a week to start, increasing as you optimize your budget. Download a net worth tracker. I use a simple spreadsheet, but use whatever works for you. This week, audit your spending from the last 3 months. Categorize everything. Identify 3 expenses you can cut immediately. Research one side income opportunity, even if you don't start it yet. This month, hit your first $1,000 saved. Open a Roth IRA if you don't have one. Calculate your Phase 1 target, $20,000 in 12 months. What does that look like monthly? This quarter, hit $5,000 emergency fund. Start investing everything beyond the emergency fund. Negotiate a raise or start applying to higher paying jobs. Look, 3 years is going to pass whether you do this or not. In 3 years, you're either going to have $100,000 saved or you're going to wish you'd started today. The difference between people who build wealth and people who don't isn't intelligence. It's not luck. It's not even income. It's deciding that you're done being broke, that you're done watching everyone else build wealth while you stay stuck, that you're ready to do the uncomfortable work required to change your financial reality. 3 years, $0 to $100,000. You can do this. If this video gave you the clarity and motivation you needed, hit that like button and subscribe. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And drop a comment letting me know, what phase are you in right now? Are you at $0 looking to start? Are you at $30,000 trying to push through to 6 figures? Let's build this community of people actually doing the work. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.